Hi, everybody. This is Gene Mortensen here at the Griffith Gymnasium, where this afternoon it will be the Los Alamos High School Hilltopper girls going up against the Belen High School Lady Eagles. And this is Gene Mortensen along with Mike Katko, and we're here on this afternoon, the first game of a doubleheader. The boys will follow against the Belen Eagles immediately after the girls' game. So we Hilltoppers coming into this ball game right now. They right now have not won a ball game yet, but they're let's see, they're 0-3. Yo, mama, 0-3, and right now we're about to have the national anthem, so we're going to just wait. And ladies and gentlemen, as soon as Maury Pongratz gets through reading all that stuff he's supposed to read, which is a lot, then we will have the national anthem. But it will be this afternoon. It will be the girls versus the Belen Eagles, and then following the girls' game, we'll have the boys versus the Belen Eagles. The Belen Eagles coming into the ball game. Belen won the state championship a couple of years ago, and defeating Espanola on a fantastic championship game. But
this looks
here
like
is
Pledge
the
Allegiance.
Here is the going to be Pledge of Allegiance.
Like I said, the national anthem.
Right. You probably can't hear this.
Well, if you can hear it, the national anthem, that sounded like the Marine Corps version of the national anthem, Gene. And Gene's busy putting on his headphones.
Yeah, we had some harmonizers.
Yeah, it sounded like the Marine Corps.
Anyway, we are back here and about ready to go for this girls' ball game against the Belen Eagles, and so the Hilltoppers coming into the ball game. They are 0-3, and right now the Belen Eagles, coached by Chris Story, and they are 2-1. They beat Socorro and they beat Academy. The Hilltopper girls lost to Academy, and
we are. But Gene,
so right now, Maury Pongratz is introducing the starters, so Mike has the starters for us.
Oh, okay. Starters for the Belen Eagles will be Candice Martinez, Megan Sanchez, Marissa Lopez, Jasmine Gonzales, and Serena Size. They're starting three seniors, Gene. And then for Los Alamos, Rayna Morales, a senior, Gigi Romero, a 5'8", 8th grader who really showed us some good stuff the other night. Dalen Rodriguez, a 5'6" junior, Michelle Macias, a 5'10" sophomore, and Brandy Sandoval, the only senior, it's two seniors for us. Brandy Sandoval, 6-footer, and she's playing for Los Alamos. Also probably going to see some action is Lena Chavez, Kaylee Salazar, Kenya Macias, and Emma Raven. Missing tonight is going to be Jenna Harris and Tara McDonald. We believe they're playing soccer. And Caitlyn Velarde is injured, but here. So that's our lineups, Gene. And they're coming out onto the court now. Belen's going to line it up. It looks like there's no jump ball anymore, so they're going to throw it in, Belen.
Yeah, so I guess the visitors throw it in. I never have checked that rule to make sure, but that's what happened in every game we've been. So the Eagles will inbound the ball to start this ball game off, and so making the inbound pass that time for the Eagles, and that was Serena Seiss. She's going to bring it over to her point guard, and her point guard, Martinez.
What a move inside.
They get it inside. We've been wasting no time. An easy layup. They missed the easy layup inside, and so now a three-point shot taken from outside by the Hilltoppers by Gigi Romero, the eighth grader. This one is off. Rebound is going to come right back down to the Hilltoppers. They flip it over to Gigi. Gigi comes right down the middle of the lane and then puts it up off the glass. She's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Gigi, her first points in the game. Great rebound, great basket. Just forced the issue and got the extra old-fashioned three-point play out of the deal.
So Gigi at the free throw line. This shot is off, but the rebound is going to come down to the Eagles. The Hilltoppers right now up by 2 with the eighth grader starting things off. Full court press by Los Alamos. Across the timeline comes Serena Seiss, and we're going to have a blocking foul called on Los Alamos. And this one's going to go to Reina Morales. That's Reina's first personal. That's the first team foul on Los Alamos. So it'll be inbounded at midcourt by the Eagles. Comes to their point guard, Cadence Martinez. She's still on the dribble, picks up her dribble, bounces it into the free throw circle to Mason Lopez. Lopez back. Now they're going to rotate it over in the right wing. Nice three-point shot up and in by Jasmine Gonzales.
Jasmine Gonzales, a senior for Belen. Set it up pretty. Knocked it down.
We don't have any heights, Mike, on these Belen girls, but we do have their grades at least.
They match up pretty good with Los Alamos, it looks like. No big towers out there.
So pass comes inside, and a nice move to the basket that time, and that was Michelle Macias. I thought she was going to take it in. She had the lane, the baseline.
It looks like an old-fashioned hook shot.
Yeah. So Gigi Romero is going to put it up from bounce. Finally drops in. As it bounced around the rim forever, but a little 15-footer by Gigi Romero. She's got all the points in the ballgame for Los Alamos. And wide open underneath. Beautiful entry pass that time coming from Cadence Martinez inside to Mason Lopez. Mason had an easy layup and misses.
That's twice.
So the rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers. Three-point shot from outside. This is going to be off. That one taken by Rayna Morales. Down the floor in a hurry come the Eagles. And boy, going to take it coast to coast.
The old-fashioned pro league, throw it up if they touch you shot.
Yeah, Serena Seiss, she just got it. She just went all the way, took it into the basket. She had no intention of trying to make the shot. She just threw it up in the air.
Dalen Rodriguez was charged with that foul.
Well, I think they did rule it on the court. Ball is going to be thrown into the backcourt, but not intentionally. So the pass from underneath, they overthrew, they get it inside. Shot is off, rebound comes down to Gigi Romero for Los Alamos. She'll bring it up, goes across the timeline. Good ball handler, eighth grader. Going to hand it off over now to Dalen Rodriguez. Rodriguez trying to come down the right side of the lane. Picks up her dribble underneath to Michelle Macias. Macias is going to be bumped out of bounds.
Chopper ball on the baseline.
So it's just going to be simply that she was bumped out of bounds. And that's all there is to it.
No foul.
So Anahai Aguilar checks in for the Eagles. And so the Hilltoppers will inbound it under their own basket. Baseline right. They bounce it in traffic and all kinds of traffic. Michelle Macias finally gets the ball. The ball actually went into the middle of about 3 Belen girls, and then Michelle Macias picked it up and in all kinds of traffic, and she ends up walking. So right now, Jasmine Gonzales out on top along with Cadence Martinez, and now heading down the lane, and now another three-point shot on the way. That's looked good, but it was a little too long, and here comes Reina Morales. right down Broadway. Throws it up with the left hand, puts it up a little too hard, hits the backboard, rolls around the rim, drops off. Cadence Martinez bringing it down for the Eagles.
4-3 the score. Toppers on top in this first quarter.
So they get it into Megan Sanchez. Sanchez still with it. We're going to have a reach-in foul go to one of the Hilltoppers, and that's going to be Michelle Macias. That's her first. That is the third team foul on Los Alamos. One team foul has been called on the...
Emma Raven checks in for Los Alamos.
Yeah, I wish I knew what year she was.
She's 6 feet tall.
And so, well, coming back into the ball game was Mason Lopez. She checked out after that fast break, and then she's right back in the ball game.
Caught her breath.
Pass inside.
Oh.
And they could have gotten Mason for coming in from out of bounds. And they're going to get a
charge.
And they're going to get Mason for the offensive foul.
Serena Size is charged.
Serena Size picks up the personal
with the charge.
But
on Raven.
Mason Lopez threw it in, and then it got popped back to her. She barely got in bounds because she was coming in from out of bounds.
Full court press. In our 8th grade.
And shot taken from outside. Nice 3-point shot by Daylin Rodriguez.
Don't give her time to set up. That she drained that as smooth as can be.
And that makes it 7-3. On the dribble again, out on having to pick up her dribble. They're going to dish it off over now to Mason Lopez. Lopez on the right wing. Gets it to Marina Sandoval, who has just checked in. A 15-footer put up from the free throw line. Rebound comes down to Reina Morales. Morales coming down the floor, picks up her dribble, gets it to Gigi Martinez. Gigi Romero. Romero gets a screen and then cuts it down on the baseline, trying to get it to a cutting down the baseline, Daylin Rodriguez.
Good pass, good idea. Showed some basketball smarts there, the little give and go.
Well, we're halfway through this first quarter, 7-3. The Hilltoppers up by 4. No press being put on by Los Alamos, but they're going to wait downfield, down court.
Downfield?
Trying to soccer, football, basketball.
All in the last month.
You bet. So anyway, Hilltoppers right now in a matchup zone. So they get it out over into the corner. This is going to be out of bounds off of the Eagles. As they tried to get the pass into Anahi Aguilar, it was wide. She couldn't get to it. Checking in for Los Alamos is Kaylee Salazar, a 5'6" sophomore. She's going to replace Daylin Rodriguez.
Kayla does a great job. She's a little hustler.
So full court press. They get it to Gigi Romero. She comes across the timeline. Hilltoppers, well, they had the advantage. I thought they were going to take it. They had a 2-on-1, but they don't take advantage of that. Pass comes inside. The shot is taken by Brandy Sandoval. And this one is partially blocked and goes out of bounds off the Hilltoppers.
Referee indicated travel.
She did that too, I guess.
And gave Belen the ball. 7-3 is the score. Toppers on top.
Mason Lopez gets it into the corner to the wing. A nice 3-point shot put up by Megan Sanchez. That's off. Rebound comes down to the Eagles. Get it to Cadence Martinez. She over in the corner once again to Megan Sanchez. And now a shot taken from just to the left of the free throw line.
Topper ball.
That one taken by Serena Sice. I get now number 34. I guess her name is Mialma. I guess so.
Yeah.
Mialma Sandoval.
Sounds like a good effort. We'll take it.
Full court press by the Eagles, and Hilltoppers throw it away.
Goes to that invisible player with the invisible number.
Belen applies the pressure, and Los Alamos actually caves into the pressure, throws the ball into the bleachers, actually.
Yeah, I think it was Belen ball. Okay, if Kaylee would have thrown it in, we could have got away with that.
Yeah, the Hilltoppers went out of bounds. The referee handed it to him. Belen was all ready to defend.
Well, Kaylee was pretty smart. She stepped out and, okay, I'll take the ball.
Yeah, if they'd thrown it in, I don't think anybody would have stopped him. Gigi Romero, beautiful move down the left side of the lane, puts up the left-handed shot, rolls around and just falls off.
Boy, you could tell she's played some ball. She just went to grab the ball, and instead of taking a foul or anything, she let it go.
So the ball is on the floor, and I think
Topper ball.
Not sure
Held
what
ball,
happened.
They
want to check here and see if
timeout's called right now.
Mason Lopez right now is limping, and
timeout Belen.
She actually was dribbling up. She crossed the timeline, went about maybe 10 feet, and then
collapsed.
And then she just kind of dropped her knees on the floor. Now she's limping back over to the what they call the bench, which is now they have chair seats here, folding chairs.
Well, both her ankles are really taped heavy compared to the other girls, so it looks like she has some problems there, and just got it aggravated even worse by that little turn.
Well, the volleyball girls all get to sit together on the bench, but the basketball girls and boys have to sit in the folding chairs at social distance.
That's right.
So Belen on the held ball, Belen. Let's see. I think, Belen called a timeout. So the Belen coach called a timeout. They get it now inside and then cutting down the middle of the lane. Megan Sanchez. Sanchez goes up, puts it up off the glass as she came out straight down the middle of the lane. Hilltoppers get it up to Gigi Romero. 3-point shot from the top of the key. That is off. Rebound comes down to Cadence Martinez. Martinez will hand it over to Megan Sanchez. Sanchez now will just give it to Jasmine Gonzales. So they're working around the perimeter.
Weave on top.
Quick 3-point shot. That didn't have a chance. Rebound comes down to Gigi Romero.
There's no time clock, right? That's what it looked like. She shot before the time clock ran out.
That's exactly what it looked like. Brandy Sandoval, left-handed shot. That's off. Rebound comes down to the Eagles. They'll bring it up and get it to Emily Aragon. Aragon is going to wait, get it to her point guard, Cadence Martinez. Martinez almost has the ball stolen away, but the loose ball comes to Megan Sanchez underneath to Cadence Martinez. And she goes up and she's fouled.
Good foul. She had a wide open shot there from 1 foot away. And Leah White.
Lena Chavez picks up the personal. That's her first, and that's the 4th team foul in Los Alamos. And Cadence Martinez, the junior point guard, has not scored in the ball game. The first trip to the line, nice looking shot is up and in.
Gets them closer. They broke the dry spell there. They went about 2 minutes without a score. Now they get a free throw. So 7-6 is the score. She could tie it up. Candice Martinez for Belen.
Well, Ray Romero just did a platoon substitution.
Raven Romero? Coach Romero, right?
Ray Romero, the coach.
Ray Romero.
What'd I say?
Raven. I agree.
Well, anyway, Ray Romero.
There's a jailbreak.
He just
whole new teams out there.
Yeah, he just did a full platoon change. Right. And Cadence Martinez put in that second free throw, so it is now 7-7.
Ooh,
nice move coming down as a nice pass up the floor, and that one coming from Kaylee Salazar, and she got it in to Michelle Macias, and Macias made a beautiful move down the lane, put it in for 2, and the Hilltoppers go back up.
Oh, we got walking
2.
there. No doubt about it. Toppers set up the old picket fence there in the middle of the line, and when she made a turn, she went right into a brick wall.
Well, that was an easy call for the official. Down the floor quickly comes Kaylee Salazar. She's going to put it up, and she's going to go to the free throw line. We have 37 seconds remaining here in the quarter. The personal foul is going to go to Megan Sanchez.
And she puts up her arms like, "What? What'd I do?"
That'll be her first, and that's the 3rd team foul on the Eagles. Kaylee Salazar at the free throw line.
She'll shoot 2.
That first one is off.
9-7's the score. Toppers keep the lead this whole quarter.
Well, it was 7-2 forever, and then finally Belen tied it up. Hilltoppers now go up by 3 as Kaylee puts in the second free throw. 10-7. So up the floor come the Eagles. 3-point shot from the left wing. Battle for the rebound. Brandy Sandoval trying to get a hold of it. And battling with with Mason Lopez, who's back in the ball game. And they're going to say it's off of Brandy, out of bounds. So they will hand it to Serena Seiss, baseline left.
And some trickiness here on the inbounds.
And she's trying to find somebody to throw it into. Finally does. And with 30 seconds to go, the shot is up and off by the Eagles. Rebound comes down to Rayna Morales, 3-point shot. Whoa, long rebound comes back to Michelle Macias. Macias goes down, nothing called. And so then just nothing.
She must have fallen down all by herself.
It's a face plant out there, and Kaylee Salazar puts the shot up, and the Eagles coming down on the other end. They get it to Alma Sandoval. Rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers, coast to coast. Goes Dalen Rodriguez. She had the layup, but she doesn't finish. But she just decided to take off because the buzzer was coming down. It was about 5 seconds to go, so she just took off, put it up, and just rushed her shot.
And it didn't go in. That's
so right now it is 10-7. The Hilltoppers up. And
high point girl so far is Gigi Romero. She has four of the 10 points for the Toppers. Belen hasn't really mounted a threat yet. They have a 3-point shot from Jasmine Gonzales in the first quarter. Dalen Rodriguez had a 3-point shot for Los Alamos. So they're pretty well matched up, though, Gene. They're both teams. It looks like a good matchup. Good hustle. Gigi Romero came out that little bit at the end of that first quarter, which probably just for a rest.
The Hilltoppers had four field goals. One of those was a 3-pointer, and that was by Dalen Rodriguez. They were 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The Eagles had 2 field goals. One of those was a 3-pointer, that coming from Jasmine Gonzales to open up the scoring for Belen. And then the Cadence Martinez went to the free throw line. She was 2 for 2. So the Hilltoppers now will inbound it to start this second quarter, and they bring it into Gigi Romero. Romero on the right wing picks up her dribble inside, trying to get it to Brandy Sandoval. It is knocked away. Loose ball is picked up momentarily by the Hilltoppers.
Letting them play, huh?
And then, it's picked up momentarily by the Hilltoppers, and then Mason Lopez steals it away, and then she loses the handle, but she also was knocked down. That's why she lost the handle.
They called that on Dalen Rodriguez. That's her second.
So Dalen with 2. That is the 5th team foul on Los Alamos. Comes to Mason Lopez. Lopez brings it out on top. Played by Alma Sandoval back. And now down in the corner on the right side. Nothing, they can't do anything with it. So Jasmine Gonzales brings it back out on top. Alma Sandoval right now at the point for the Eagles.
Good defense by the Toppers. They're trying to work it around the perimeter.
So the 3-point shot put up by Alma Sandoval is going to be short. There's a battle for the rebound. And so the
Eagles ball.
They tie it up, and Belen gets the nod.
They'll be bringing it in from underneath. They're setting up that tricky play again, Gene. On the
Here
inbounds.
we go.
See the weave, they do the weave, and then they find the open man. Oh, nice job on defense by the Toppers.
The ball is just off and running all by itself.
Batted around there.
Doing whatever it wants. I don't know how many girls actually touched that ball before they threw it in from under the basket and ended up in the backcourt. Belen's backcourt, Hilltoppers front court. Every girl on the floor touched that ball at one time.
Oh, man.
And so now they've got Cadence Martinez in a double team, and they finally tie her up.
You really couldn't see her in there. There were white shirts surrounding her, slapping and mugging her almost.
Yeah, she was surrounded, and they were trying to get a hold of the ball. Usually you end up with a foul, but they end up with a held ball. So the Hilltoppers have the nod for this one. It comes to Michelle Macias. Macias is going to dish it down low to Daylin Rodriguez. Rodriguez tries to get it across the lane to Brandy Sandoval. Sandoval can't hang on, knocked away from Brandy and out of bounds. So we have 41 has just checked into the ball game, but
nobody has 41.
Nobody has 41.
The book stopped. They have to stop the game.
Well, we had it on our roster, and then Mike went down and checked the book, and she wasn't in the book, so he crossed it off our roster. And of course, if that's the case, it's a technical foul. So right now, Chris Story. So I don't what happened. They somehow didn't get her in the book or whatever, but I guess they'll get her in the book now. But it's going to be a technical. Los Alamos normally was going to inbound it, but that's a technical foul if you don't put the entire roster in the book.
So what they said happened, I just got it, is Danae Chavarria is a freshman. She showed up and they put her in the game, but they didn't change it in the book.
Okay.
So that's why they're getting the technical. So the number 41 for Belen Eagles is Danae Chavarria.
Reina Morales shooting the 2-shot technical for Los Alamos. Puts in the first, and of course then the Hilltoppers will get it out of bounds.
Reina's shooting.
Reina's second shot. This one's off. So that makes it an 11-7 ball game, and at midcourt, the Hilltoppers will inbound it.
So I'm not sure what they do with the technical, because is it on a player or is it on the coach?
It's a team foul.
Team foul, okay.
And it goes against the coach. Yes, Rayna Morales puts up the 3-point shot. Rebound comes down to Gigi Romero. And I thought she was going to be called for double dribble because that's what she did, but they're going to say that she was whacked, and so that personal foul is going to go to Serena Seiss. That's her second.
Boy, she's not afraid to go in there, is she?
That's the fourth team foul. Gigi Romero wants to put up the three. That's too hard. Comes off the glass on the other side. Rebound comes down now to Serena Seiss.
11-7 the score. Toppers in this second quarter leading.
They are ripping those nets. So the young lady who decided to finally come to the ball game.
Oh.
What is her name? Danae
Chavarria.
Chavarria.
Mr. and Miss Chavarria, she made it. She is here playing.
So Gigi Romero now will bring it up for Los Alamos as the ball out of bounds off of the Eagles. We have 5:30 to go. Pass inside is blocked. Comes right back to Daylin Rodriguez. She takes it down, crosses the free throw line, fires up a shot.
That ball.
We're going to have, I can't believe we didn't have some kind of a reach-in foul there. Quickly they come down, and so Danae Chavarria puts up the 3-point shot. It's 11-7 ball game with 5 minutes to go. Gigi Romero, first half. Gigi dribbles just to the left of the key, and now a 3-point shot from the left wing put up by Daylin Rodriguez.
She made the last one from that spot. Missed this one.
And so now Serena Seiss is at the point. She doesn't look like a point guard, but she's going to put up the 3-point shot. She had no trouble with that one, I guarantee you. Reina Morales brings it across the timeline for Los Alamos. Reina picks up her dribble over to Daylin Rodriguez. Daylin, she started to move before she caught the ball. Took her eye off the ball, got away from her. We have a traveling violation, and that was what I always call the New Mexico shuffle, and that was the New Mexico shuffle. Usually when they make that fake to one side and come back, they don't travel, but it's an automatic call by the officials, but there's no question about that one. She traveled big time. So we have a timeout taken. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. And
so it's all Los Alamos so far in this second quarter, really.
Well, Belen has been sitting on 7 for quite a while. They sat on 2 forever. And that 30-second timeout taken by Ray Romero. But they sat on 2 forever, Mike, and then it was 7-2, and then finally they inched their way up, made it 7-7. Then the Hilltoppers moved it up to 10-7 at the end of the quarter. And now we got almost half a quarter gone, and we've only had 1 point scored in this second quarter.
Really, both teams just struggling with the shots.
Yeah, 4:24 to go, and so we're almost done with half a quarter. 1 point, and that off the technical.
Yeah, I think we can blame the rustiness of having all this time off, not being in a live game situation in over a year.
So Lena Chavez dribbles to the right wing, tries to get it underneath to a cutting
Kaylee Salazar.
And Kaylee couldn't get to it, but the ball knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. Rayna Chavez goes out of bounds.
She'll throw it in.
Brings it out on top to Gigi Romero. She's going to take it down the lane and puts it in, and she'll go to the free throw line.
That's what they used to call in the old days fearless. She went right down there, 4 girls down there when she went in and split the difference. Got a little knee to her thigh. She's rubbing it to kind of wear it out. And she's going to line up.
Fearless move right down the middle of the lane. And the personal foul went to Anna High Aguilar, her first, and Gigi at the line completes the three-point play.
The old-fashioned three-point play. Dribbling around the perimeter again is Belen, cutting down the middle. Taking a shot and missing.
The rebound comes down to Brandy Sandoval. Sandoval trying to get up the floor. Long pass down the floor to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar goes up, partially blocked from behind by Mason Lopez. And the rebound comes down to Mason. She brings it up quickly now to Cadence Martinez. Cadence has the ball knocked out of her hand by Lena Chavez.
Topper ball. 14-7, Toppers on top here in this second quarter. 3:36 left before half.
Belen has not scored in this quarter.
They've taken a lot of shots.
So over on the left wing, they get it to Cadence Martinez. She dribbles to the top of the key and then just puts a bazooka shot to the girl standing about 2 feet from her. Alma Sandoval. I don't know how in the world she even caught that. Dalen gets a nice screen, or Cadence gets a nice screen.
Throws it to Rayna. Shows it to Emma Raven. Threw it to right to her.
It came around the screen, and it looked like she was going to. She had all kinds of room to go to the basket, and then, like Mike says, all of a sudden she just tossed it over to Emma Raven.
our teammate.
Gigi Romero with a three-point shot from the left wing. That's off. Rebound is going to be pulled down momentarily by Lena Chavez and then ripped out of her hands by Anna High Aguilar.
Anna High having no problem winning that tussle.
No. Well, we just had Mason Lopez almost riding piggyback on one of the Hilltopper girls, but nothing called.
Out of bounds. Lena Chavez goes off her leg.
2.5 minutes to go in the first half, and checking in back in the ball game is Reina Morales. She's going to replace Gigi Romero.
She has a point in the game so far, off that technical, right?
Yeah, Reina does, yes.
Nice catch inside.
Belen
One armor.
Inbounds it, starting to go with the three, and making her change her mind that time is Emma Raven. Skip pass is going to come across once again over to Mason Lopez. Lopez picks up her dribble and finally gets it over into the free throw circle. So a left-handed 15-footer put up by Jasmine Gonzales. She has 5 points. She's their leading scorer. She had a three-pointer to start the scoring for Belen, and so now she has another. Right now she's scored the last time for Belen, of course. Hilltoppers, Reina Morales puts up a three-point shot. Battle for it on the floor.
Boy, is it a battle.
2 or 3 or 4 girls. And the ball
Everybody.
never does make it out of bounds as Reina Morales finally picks up the loose ball. Brandy Sandoval puts up a three-point shot. That's off, but two girls were going for that ball. They both dove to the floor. They got away from them, so then two other girls, one eagle and one topper, dove to the floor and got away from them. It looked like it was going out of bounds, and Reina Morales grabbed it. But right now, on the other end, we have a personal foul called on the Hilltoppers as Mason Lopez going to the basket. The personal foul, and that one is going to go to Kenya Macias. That's going to be her first. That's the 6th team foul.
So Mason with the 2 points, and she's going to shoot the old-fashioned 3-point play from the line. Number 22, Mason Lopez. It goes in. Nice little shot. So Topper ball, and the press is off on Belen, so no pressure coming up.
So
they fooled us. One person trying to. Myalma trying to pressure the 8th grader. No, nothing doing.
So everybody on the floor again, and this time they're going to call. It's going to be a held ball, and this one is going to go to Belen with 67 seconds remaining here in his first half.
14-12. So the Blue Eagles have closed the gap a little bit. 2-point game here just before half.
It was 10-7 at the quarter, so the Hilltoppers have scored 4, and the Eagles have scored 5. And right now we have Kaylee Salazar down there pressing all by herself. So Ray Romero says, why don't the rest of you all go down there and help her? So he sends all the girls down.
And now Belen sends their quick set, it looks like, out onto the court.
Yeah, they obviously made a guard change. Comes now over, still in the backcourt, but Jasmine Gonzales brings it across the timeline. And we're going to have a blocking foul go this time to Kaylee Salazar.
Well, I don't understand that. They've been letting them play the whole game so far. The girls have been, half of them on the floor most of the time.
One topper got the rebound, started to dribble down the floor. She had the other Belen girl, she was carrying her piggyback. 14-12 right now, and at the free throw line is Jasmine Gonzales, and she's going to shoot a 1-and-1. That one hits the front of the rim, hangs there forever, and then drops in. So she can tie this score, makes it 14-13.
Under a minute before the first half ends.
59 seconds to go.
So it'll be the first tie in the game, right? And there it is. We haven't accomplished a thing.
So she does tie it up, 14-14. Reina Morales brings it up to Gigi Romero. Romero's going to take it all the way, go down the left side of the lane, puts up the left-handed shot, and she will go to the free throw line.
That almost went in.
And that personal foul is going to go to Mason Lopez. That's her first. That's the 15th foul right now on the Eagles. At the free throw line, Gigi Romero.
7 points in the game.
Yeah, she was just there moments ago, completed a 3-point play. Now she's going to shoot 2.
Good free throw. Has nice form on the line.
So she puts in the first, and Hilltoppers take back the lead by 1, 15-14 with 50 seconds remaining. A little while ago when I said there was 67 seconds ago, I think that was 10 minutes ago. So Gigi puts in the next one, and the Hilltoppers go up by 2. Traveling violation. I'm not sure they were going to call it, Mike.
Everybody on the sideline did.
And
all the coaches and the players.
That was called on Mason Lopez. Gigi Romero comes down the floor, goes behind her back. This is Reina Morales. Morales roaring down the middle of the lane, and then
girls on the floor again.
Yeah, so Brandy Sandoval battling with Megan Sanchez. The two of them just hang on to the ball. They both go down. It's Hilltopper turn to throw the ball in on the alternating possession. If they ever do, they finally do give it in. I didn't think they're going to get it in for a while. Kaylee Salazar makes a move into the lane, tries to come from the left wing, and then she dribbled all the way across the middle of the lane and come around the other side, has the shot blocked out of bounds. Gigi Romero will inbound it. Dishes it underneath. And
girls on the floor again. Brandy
Sandoval, who's spending an awful lot of time on the floor, diving for these loose balls.
Boy, both teams diving for the balls.
So we have another held ball, and
goes over to Belen.
So we're down to 15 seconds to go. 2-point lead for Los Alamos.
In this half.
They're going to get it out to Cadence Martinez as we have 5 seconds to go. And Chris Story hollering, somebody shoot. And finally, Jasmine Gonzales takes his advice and puts up a 3-pointer off the glass. And so that will do it. So after one half of play, right now the Hilltoppers find themselves up by 2. They were up by 3 at the quarter. So they're up by 2 as they put in 6 points, and the Eagles put in 7 points. So it's right now 16-14. So this is Gene Mortensen for Mike Katko, and we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back in just a little bit.
go.
We are back here at Griffith Gymnasium where the Hilltoppers lead the Belen Eagles 16-14 in this girls contest. So take a quick look at the scoring right now. For the Eagles, they had 4 girls getting in the scoring column. They were led by Jasmine Gonzales, who had 7. Mason Lopez had 3, and then Cadence Martinez and Megan Sanchez each had 2. The Eagles had 4 field goals. One of those was a 3-pointer. That was Jasmine Gonzales. She started off the Belen scoring with that 3-pointer, and they were perfect from the free throw line, as they were 5 for 5 from the free throw line. And in the Hilltoppers, they were led by Gigi Romero, as they put 5 girls into the scoring column. Gigi, with 9 points in the ball game, is the leading scorer in the ball game. While Dalen Rodriguez has a 3-pointer for the Hilltoppers. Michelle Macias, a 1 field goal, and a couple of free throws. Kaylee Salazar with 1, and Reina Morales with 1. So the Hilltoppers had 5 field goals, 1 of those was a 3-pointer. They were 5 to 7 from the free throw line. 7 team fouls called on Los Alamos, 5 on the Eagles. And the Hilltoppers were up 10 to 7 at the end of the first quarter. Were outscored 7 to 6 in the second quarter, and they now lead Mike by a score of 16 to 14.
Yeah, and basically just neither team can mount effective offense. Some girls are taking there's a lot of missed shots, and they're towards the end of that second quarter. I mean, everybody on the team was on the floor at one time or the other. Everybody's diving for the balls, and so they really playing really well on defense, though. A lot, hands up inside and really denying passes and slapping the ball away. So it's really a defensive game. Toppers need to mount some offense or keep up what they're doing and increase it. One of the players, Gigi Romero, of course, is doing a great job mounting all this stuff, mounting the offense. For the Toppers, need some other crucial role players. The senior Rayna Morales is getting some good shots, and so is Michelle Macias. But Jenna Harris isn't here tonight, and she has a great ball handler. Neither is Tara McDonald. So Toppers trying to go with a couple of missing pieces here, and important pieces. Tara McDonald also injured is Caitlyn Velarde, a 5'7" sophomore, who has been coming in and mounting some good offense in the game. For the Belen Eagles, their only really threat was Jasmine Gonzales, who has a very nice shot. She had a 3-pointer to start the game, and in the second quarter mounted 4 points of offense. So now the Toppers will start the second half, bringing in the ball. Gene, Topper ball, starting the second half.
Reina Morales brings it at the point for Los Alamos momentarily, gets it to Gigi Romero. Romero, top of the key, puts up the 3-point shot. That's good. So a 3-pointer by Gigi Romero. That gives her 12 points in this ball game. And the Hilltoppers go back up by 5. And that is the biggest lead that the Hilltoppers have had. And so answering back, or trying to answer back, Jasmine Gonzales. 19-14. Belen has, did they ever lead? I think they did lead 1 point, didn't they? Not sure. But anyway,
I don't think
Jasmine Gonzales brings it up for the Eagles. Wide open underneath. Boy, and a fantastic rebound that time. Coming out of nowhere to get that rebound was Mason Lopez, as they got a beautiful pass underneath to Serena Saiz. She missed an easy layup, but flying in to grab the loose ball was Megan Sanchez, or grab the rebound. Comes to Reina Morales. Morales trying to get it into Gigi Romero. She's triple teamed. She brings it back out. Now Gigi will get it onto the right wing.
They're not going to let her set up on the outside.
Whoa. No, they're not. So Brandy Sandoval taking the ball to the hole, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Wonder why. She was slammed to the ground.
And Brandy on the floor again. And that personal foul will go to Mason Lopez. And that is going to be her second, and that is the first team foul of this half. Brandy Sandoval at the free throw line. So Brandy
scoreless so far.
Puts up the first.
6-foot senior. There she goes. She's found her rhythm. 19-14. Toppers on top here in this third quarter. Pressure by the Toppers. Full court press. Belen breaks it.
Belen, boy, they broke it beautifully, and they had a 3-on-2. They could have easily converted that, but they throw the ball away. Comes right to one of the Hilltoppers, Michelle Macias.
Smooth.
Whoa.
What a
Michelle
smooth
Macias
shot.
takes it to the hole. And looked like she was trying to dunk it, but she just kind of
Good
slammed
shot.
it off the basket. Stolen away now for the Hilltoppers. And going Dalen Rodriguez. And Rodriguez just goes in and lays it in. So the Hilltoppers with a quick basket and then a steal. And now a timeout will be taken by Chris Story of the Eagles.
I think it's that full court press that he surprised them with. It really rattled the Belen players. They had that open shot, that 2-on-3, like you said, or 3-on-2, and just lost the ball.
Yeah, they had it. They broke the press easily, and they had it set up perfectly, and then they just threw it away. So let's see. That was then roaring down the floor of Michelle Macias.
So 8 points so far in this early time in the third quarter. Toppers extending the lead, 24-14, double points now over the Belen Eagles.
The Dalen Rodriguez, a 6'5" junior, might came up with that steal, and she just took it. She had an uncontested layup. So it's 24-14. The Hilltoppers have moved out to a 10-point lead here on the Eagles.
They took off the full court press.
Yeah, no need. It worked.
Oh.
The Hilltoppers steal it away and then trying to roar down the floor. And one thing was they forgot the ball.
Well, Toppers really picking up the defense on it. They were slapping
took up down the floor. Everybody was going, and then the loose ball was just picked up by Alma Sandoval for the Eagles. Gigi Romero still on the dribble, picks it up, top of the key, goes to Dalen Rodriguez. Rodriguez, boy, she just put a forearm into Mason Lopez and just pushed her back by 10 feet.
Oh, wide
Long
open.
pass down the floor to a wide open Alma Sandoval, who can't convert.
And that's been the name. That's been the game for Belen tonight, unable to convert. They get 2 or 3 shots at a time.
Michelle Macias takes it to the hole, and I think she's going to be called for traveling, I think.
Yes. It's going the other way, either way. No foul called, so that's what it was, I think, Gene.
But Dalen Rodriguez got it on the baseline, and she just put her forearm right into the gut of Mason Lopez.
Shoved her underneath the basket.
Just shoved her.
Took a shot.
And it didn't look like it took that much effort either.
Just plowed her way in there.
So the Hilltoppers now will put that press on once again. Comes across to Cadence Martinez. Martinez picks up her dribble. And they get it right back to her. Now she's down in the corner, tries to get it underneath. This time to Anahai Aguilar. We're going to have a reach-in foul go to one of the Hilltoppers. Let's see who picks that up.
Kaylee.
And that one's going to go to Kaylee Salazar.
Kaylee really hustling.
That's her first team foul of this half.
She's super aggressive on defense, and she's not going to let anybody just stand there with the ball if she's in front of them.
Anahai Aguilar brings it in, and then cutting through all the traffic was Cadence Martinez.
Execution all the way down the court by the Toppers.
I thought Gigi was just going to try to power it to the basket, but she just dumped it across the lane to Kaylee coming in from the left side. Makes it 26-16 with 3:04 to go in the third quarter.
Great job. Kaylee's had a couple shots. Finally, that one fell. And a beautiful fast court, breakaway there.
So Gigi Romero now directing traffic out in the half-court circle. Finally, the Hilltoppers are going to put up the short shot. This one's going to be off by Kaylee Salazar. long rebound is chased down by Jasmine Gonzales. Gonzales has the ball, comes over on the left wing, Serena Seiss. Seiss looking underneath, going to dish it off. We had a little pick and roll that time, and they almost converted it. Megan Sanchez had a nice little pick and roll and got the pass. It came in from the right side. Should have made that layup, but she didn't.
Great play. But like you said, just didn't.
So checking in for Los Alamos right now, we have Lena Chavez along with Brandy Sandoval, and they are going to join Emma Raven and Kaylee Salazar and Gigi Romero.
Myalma Sandoval committed that last foul against her first. Traveling by the Toppers, they turn it over. It goes back to Belen underneath their basket, or on their end of the court.
So they'll inbound it into front court, right in front of the Belen bench.
Nope, they're not going to get away with that
pass
pick and
down
roll
the middle,
now.
easily picked off this time by Brandy Sandoval. Gets it to Gigi Romero. Romero over to Emma Raven. Back out on top to Brandy. Sandoval has her pass stolen away and coming down the floor, which should have been an easy layup, but puts it up too hard. That was Myalma Salazar.
Whoa, she's got to chase it down.
A great steal. Ball almost going out of bounds on a long pass down the floor. Gigi Romero dives for it. Couldn't get a hold of it, but then is picked up by the Hilltoppers just as it starts to roll over the end line.
Kaylee Salazar picks up her third. Oh, they're fighting for the ball. She's a hustler.
So they break the press again as Megan Sanchez got too far under the basket, couldn't put the shot up, so they get it out on top to Serena Seiss. She puts up the three-point shot. Nice rebound that time by Megan Sanchez.
Oh, once again, 2 or 3 shots at the basket and they don't fall.
Yeah, Megan was actually screened out, boxed out, but she made it. Well, she just reached over everybody and got it. But like Mike says, they just aren't making their shots.
Kaylee drives from the left side and the ball goes out of bounds.
You know what's interesting, Mike, is that we lost to Academy down at Academy 45-34, and the Eagles went down there the other day, just the other day, I think it was last night, in fact, and defeated Academy 37-35.
Wow.
But
so
they just can't seem to hit anything.
Can't buy a basket
in this ball game.
Yeah, it's really that's what's happening to them up here. It's the altitude or something, because nothing is falling for them. Absolutely nothing. 26-16 is the score. Toppers mounting an offense, but it's not a blistering offense, and either is, and of course, Eagles either.
I wouldn't call 26 points a real blistering offense.
Okay. So our ball inbounds now underneath.
Yeah, with a minute 13 to go in the quarter. So then Hilltoppers will inbound it. They're going to bring it out on top to Lena Chavez. Chavez over to Brandy Sandoval to the right of the key. She goes into the free throw circle, gets to Emma Raven. Raven has the ball stolen away by Mason Lopez. Mason has been very, very active in this ball game, but she has 3 points in the contest. But
Jasmine Gonzales launches a three, no good.
Cadence Martinez 3-point shot, that's going to be off.
Air ball.
Saved back in it was an air ball. It was saved back in. Beautiful save.
Wow.
Back in for the Eagles by Myalma Sandoval.
Right. Oh.
And now we're going to have Reina Morales trying to look like football practice. See if you can run through these two people.
Well, Myalma picks up the personal for Belen. Myalma Sandoval.
They had set up like a little double team there, almost a double block, and so Rayna went through it. The Hilltoppers inbound it. Pass is going to be picked off by Jasmine Gonzales. Gonzales goes down the floor, misses the layup, but she'll go to the free throw line.
All right, then they might be able to break this dry spell. that they've had for about 4 minutes. 26-16 is the score in this third quarter.
28 seconds to go. The Hilltoppers have come up with 12 points, and but only 2 for the Eagles.
Jasmine has 7 points in the game, and she misses this first free throw.
And
makes that one, Gene.
Puts the second one in. She now has 8 points. That makes it a 10-point ball game. Biggest lead for Los Alamos is what they just had, 11 points.
A lot of substitutions.
Actually, their biggest lead was 10 points moments ago.
Right.
26-17 right now, and 28 seconds remaining. Well, Chris Story over at the scorer's table. He's upset about something. Jim Starrett, the official scorer, told him it's okay. We'll take care of it.
He's trying to help time out.
So whatever it is, it's not affecting the play at all. So shot taken from outside. This is going to be a 2-point shot from just inside the free throw line. And that was Leah Wright, who just checked into the ball game. She's a freshman, and she just came into the ball game. As soon as she came in, they got it to her over on the left wing.
The coach is really upset about something that occurred in the book. He got called for a player substitution, and now they're saying there's no 22 for us. And she's been playing the whole time. In fact, she started. There's no 22. So now we'll see what happens. I think if they call the...
He's saying there's no 22 for Los Alamos? He is correct, sir.
But I think what happened is they put number 22 fouled up, player foul up there on the board. So the coach is thinking that they substituted somebody with the wrong number.
Oh.
But no, they're going to call something because the one ref is indicating a tech. We'll see if this gets sorted out.
I'm not sure what's going on.
They had a big conference in the middle, and now they're walking away. So
it doesn't look like they're going to.
They're both in their huddles, each team.
Really do anything.
Like nothing happened.
It was about under a minute to go, and Chris Story was just having a cow over at the scorer's table. Jim Starrett was telling him that it's okay, we'll take care of it. And then when they looked at the Hilltopper book. Jim said there is no 22.
No 22 in the book, but I think what happened is they had 22 with a foul for us up on the board. So he's saying, and the coaches, and Coach Story walks over to our coach and says, "I'm sorry, Coach, I didn't mean that." But he saw 22 on the board, and he said, "Hey, there's no 22 out here. It must be wrong in the book." But anyway, it's all sorted out. Fourth quarter now, 26-19. Toppers starting this fourth quarter on top.
In the deep corner with the ball right now is Megan Sanchez for the Eagles, and she's going to dish it off to Mason Lopez coming down the middle of the lane. Mason blows another easy layup. And then as we go for the rebound, we're going to have a personal foul go to Brandy Sandoval. That'll be Brandy's first personal. That is the second team foul. That is the fourth team foul on Los Alamos, sorry. And so the Eagles inbound it, and that ball is going to go out of bounds off of Michelle Macias for the Hilltoppers. So Eagles will inbound it under their own basket. Baseline left, they'll hand it to Serena Seiss. And they set up this play. They put 4 girls across, essentially right along the line of the free throw line, and Serena stands out there with the ball, holding it with both hands above her head. Nothing ever seems to get executed on. Reina Morales gets the rebound on the missed shot by Belen. Come to Gigi Romero. Romero gets a screen from Brandy Sandoval. Dishes it off over to Daylin Rodriguez. Rodriguez puts it up from the baseline just inside the three-point line, and that's going to go out of bounds off of Michelle Macias.
7 minutes left in this fourth quarter in the ball game. 26-19 is the score. Belen with the ball inbounding, and there's some substitutions on the floor.
What's interesting, Mike, is that the Belen only came up with 5 points in that third quarter, and 2 of those points were by the freshman Leah Wright, who played probably, 35 seconds?
If that. Yeah, and it wasn't an easy shot either.
No, it was not.
She was in there and put it up, nice little shot, and it went right in.
She was just standing just inside the three-point line.
And being guarded. Topper ball now on the turnover. It's a breakaway. She pulls it up. Oh, ball stolen by Belen. Oh, we're going to get a foul. On 3 on the foul.
Okay.
Jalen Rodriguez, it looks like. It's called.
All right, had to take a Pepsi break.
Pepsi break.
Good job, Mike. Thank you. With the ball, Cadence Martinez. Martinez gets it right now to Megan Sanchez, over to Mason Lopez. Back to Cadence. Back to Mason. They're having a lot of, or to Megan Sanchez, they're having a lot of trouble getting it in. Right now they're working against the matchup zone of the Hilltoppers, and we're going to have a charging foul, and that was
a pick.
Oh, it's going to be a screen.
Right. Illegal screen charged to Megan Sanchez. That should be her second personal. Toppers with the ball now.
And that is the 4th team foul. 26-19, Gigi Romero brings it across the timeline. Almost stolen away by Jasmine Gonzales, but right there is Reina Morales for Los Alamos. She goes down, puts it up. Her shot comes off the back of the iron, right to Brandy Sandoval. Brandy Sandoval trying to go down, take it in from the left side, loses it out of bounds. Ann Stewart just telling Mike something.
Yeah, the boys just won the soccer game 2-1.
Are you kidding me?
Over Taos.
Yeah, Taos was number 2. Los Alamos was number 7.
Excellent.
And
good job, Toppers.
So that means that the Toppers will go on to play the winner of Albuquerque Academy and Highland, and that will be on Thursday in Albuquerque. And the girls right now are playing in Roswell. Nate Limback is down there in Roswell, and he can give us that score. But if the girls win, then they would play at St. Pius on Thursday. So we might have 2 soccer games coming up on Thursday. We know we have at least one. So we are back to this ball game, which is 26-19 at the moment. And Hilltoppers facing a full court press by the Eagles. Reina Morales still trying to bring it across the timeline. Finally does, and then a 3-point shot from way out taken by Dalen Rodriguez. That's off. Rebound comes down to Serena Seiss. Seiss down the floor to the freshman, Leah Wright, who's just checked back into the ball game.
Boy, they're playing like there's 10 seconds left in the game. Both ends. I don't know.
Yeah, that shot by Dalen.
I don't know why they're rushing everything.
By Dalen, it's like she had a half a second to get that shot off. So finally coming down the middle of the lane, and this is going to be Mason Lopez. Mason, she's been all over the place, but she just hasn't been able to convert much. But she does have 3 points in the ballgame. She had a three day, and so right now she'll go to the free throw line once again. And so she misses the first.
She'll get another shot. She has 3 points in the game. Sophomore, tall sophomore.
Yeah, we don't have any heights and stuff. She's going to miss this one. Rebound comes down to Gigi Romero. Romero down the floor in a hurry.
She has no problem pushing it across half court.
No, she doesn't.
Anytime.
Reina Morales trying to get it underneath to Gigi Romero. And we're going to have a
timeout.
Well, they put a lot of pressure on Gigi, so Ray Romero jumps up and calls a timeout.
She was kind of trapped there in that corner. She probably could have got out. She's such a quick girl. But
yes.
But he went ahead and called timeout so he could talk to him.
Yeah,
so
he has.
Not much going on and offensively.
No, there isn't.
A lot of shots, but none of them going in. And we have 26-19 now. I don't have anybody scoring yet, Gene.
Yeah, 20. Well, not in this. No, I know. It's just
it's a defensive game all the way, but they're playing like there's 10 seconds left in the ball game, just rushing everything on offense.
Well, they've been in a major hurry this entire second half, but Maury Pongrass now just announcing just announcing the soccer victory, and that's a big win. Los Alamos just played Taos here last week, a game that we broadcast.
They lost twice to them, right, this year?
Yeah, they did. They lost in Taos, and then they lost here. And Taos had a good team. They were very, very good. And I was very impressed with Taos, and they got the number 2 seed.
So they're
Los
out
Alamos
now, right?
knocked the number 7 seed, yes. And so the Hilltoppers now are going to move on, and they're going to take on either Highland or Academy. And that will be in Albuquerque.
So that is a big deal.
So the Hilltoppers inbound to Emma Raven.
Emma Raven doing a great job trying to keep the ball in bounds and keep the defenders off of her. They seemed like they were hanging on her, and she got the ball to another topper, and it went out of bounds. And now pushing it across, Cadence Martinez. Whoa, what a step through.
So finally, I thought finally Mason Lopez was going to score from the floor again, but she did a great job of getting inside, getting the rebound, but she goes back up, and then she's fouled.
Well, she did a beautiful little step through out between. 4:30 left in this ball game, 26-20. Toppers on top. Timeout Hilltoppers is finally called.
Well, I guess we just had a personal foul called against my Almas Sandoval. Okay. That's her third, and that is the 5th team foul. And then Ray Romero wants a timeout, so he'll take a full timeout, and so he has one left.
Before we're in the bonus, right? It's a full timeout.
Yes, it is.
So we have, the situation just plainly is nobody's making shots. and there's been a few shots taken, but both teams are just rushing the shots and a lot of boy, if you ever get a chance, if you ever get to watch the 8th grader Gigi Romero, she does not play like an 8th grader. She's on the varsity team for a reason. She's a really good hustler player, handles the ball really well. And she's got 12 points in this game. She's the high point girl all the way around.
So the Hilltoppers have not scored this quarter.
I don't have them for a score.
It's 26-19 at the end of the quarter. And right now it's 26-20. And we have 4.5 minutes to go. Comes to Reina Morales, still in the backcourt, over to Kaylee Salazar. Salazar underneath to Michelle Macias. Her shot is off, but she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. That will be the 6th team foul on the Eagles.
Foul.
And that personal foul is going to go to Mason Lopez. And that's her 3rd. And at the free throw line is Michelle Macias. And Michelle has 4 points in the ball game. And she will go to the line to shoot 2. This one is off. Just got an email or text from John McHale. He's up at Taos, so telling us that
Michelle misses the first shot. She'll take her second now. She makes that one.
So the Hilltoppers finally get on the board here in this 4th quarter.
Trap in the backcourt, stolen by the Toppers.
And a left-handed shot put up by Michelle Macias, and that is off.
Toppers full court press. Uh-oh.
Well, there
it is. Jasmine Gonzales with the scoop, little layup, perfect. She gets 2 points. She has 10 in the game. 27-22
makes it,
is the
yes,
score.
a 5-point ball game. And I just got this text from John McHale. We'll pick it up in a minute. Jasmine Gonzales quickly down the floor. 5-point lead. She's going to put up the 3-point shot. That's off. Gigi Romero comes down with a rebound, knocked out of bounds by Mason Lopez. The Hilltoppers will inbound it, and they'll work against the full court press.
Boy, Belen really picking it up on defense. We got to get some points on the board, Gene.
3.5 minutes. The Hilltoppers only put in 1 point so far. Gigi Romero picks up her dribble over to Reina Morales. Has the ball stolen away by Jasmine Gonzales. Gonzales has the ball then kicked from behind by Reina Morales.
It should be Topper ball, no?
That will go out of bounds. No,
call it Belen.
That'll be Belen. We kicked it out of bounds. Would have been a kick anyway.
It's unfortunate.
So, let's see. We got another conference by the officials. It's of no consequence.
3:18 left in the ball game. Toppers 27-22. Struggling and making a point.
Mason Lopez puts it up, misses again, and then Sice from outside. Serena Sice cuts this to a 2-point ball game. Serena Sice puts it in with a 3-pointer, and that cuts it now to a 27-25 ball game. Kaylee Salazar going in, dishes it off. The reach-in foul is going to go to the Eagles. That's their 7th team foul. That will put Kaylee Salazar on the free throw line to shoot 1-1. And that personal foul is going to go to Serena Sice. And that is her 3rd. That is the 7th team foul. But the Hilltoppers have only scored 1 point, Mike.
Yeah.
And so the
Kaylee's
Eagles now.
Shoot 2 now. Kaylee Salazar. She's on the line. She'll shoot 2.
Eagles coming on here.
Oh, is this a 1-1?
1-1, yes. So Kelly will shoot a 1-1.
Kaylee with the first one. Well, she increases
so
our lead.
Kaylee Salazar puts in
by 3 points. We need every point now, Gene.
Yes, we do. She puts in the front end.
Just off.
Puts in the front end, misses the back end, but the Hilltoppers with the rebound. And we're going to have, I think, another reach-in foul. And this one once again is going to go to Serena Sice, and that's going to be her.
Really?
Well, I've got her 4th, and they've got her up there for 2.
I have her 4.
Yes.
Oh, this is the front end of that 1-1. Oh, lane violation.
Is that Michelle Macias?
That was Kaylee Salazar again.
Again?
Yeah, she missed that one.
Well,
Substitutes on Belen.
Shooting the front end of the 1-1 and
missed it, but it wouldn't have been good anyway because it was a lane violation.
Yeah, as soon as she let the ball go, she took off for the rebound. Of course, she can't cross that free throw line until the ball hits the rim. They get it inside, a nice little 15-foot push shot from the right side of the lane by Jasmine Gonzales. And the Hilltoppers, boy, Jasmine Gonzales is all over the place right now, but Kaylee Salazar trying to put up a 3-point shot from the left wing, and Jasmine just whacks it out of bounds. 2:25 to go, 3-point lead for Los Alamos.
No need to rush.
3-point shot by the Hilltoppers. That one is off. Rebound comes down to Brandy Sandoval. Gets it back to, and they get it underneath to Gigi Romero, and Gigi puts it in for 2.
14 points for her, 30-25.
Gives Los Alamos a little bit of breathing room. That's the first field goal of this quarter. The Hilltoppers have put in 2 free throws, and in this field goal, they scored 4 points. And then coming back finally, Mason Lopez, who's had a rough time out on that floor tonight, she puts in the 3, and now we're looking at a 2-point ball game, 30-28.
Here at the end, and we're here at the end of the game. Toppers on top at one time by 12 points at one time, and now really struggling to stay ahead of this game. Belen, the only real noticeable difference in this second half, in this fourth quarter, is their defense. They've really picked it up on defense.
Yeah,
Toppers struggling, really struggling to make their shots now.
Yeah,
Both
they just
teams
haven't
struggled
really
to make
generated much offense.
Nope.
That's for sure. So 4 points right now as they have just scored that field goal. That field goal by Gigi Romero. But the Hilltoppers, besides that, right now they are 2 for 5 from the free throw line here in this quarter. And so
He has 14 points in the game so far. She's really lit it up. And like I was saying, Gene, she does not play like an 8th grader at all.
No.
If you ever get a chance to watch her play, she is going to be something by the time she's a senior. She continues in basketball. That is for sure.
Yeah, as Maury Pongrass just announced, each team has 1 timeout. Minute 50 to go, 2-point lead, full court press by the Eagles. Comes to Rayna Morales. Morales up to Gigi Morris. Morris across the timeline. Over to trying to get it underneath to Michelle Macias. This one is stolen away by Jasmine Gonzales. Gonzales is being double teamed right now in the backcourt. It's still
10.
in the backcourt. Finally, they bring it across the timeline. Comes to the freshman, Leah Wright. And now a 3-point shot from way out. Boy, whoa! And the Eagles take the lead.
The first time.
On the first time they've led in this ball game, and Jasmine Gonzales puts up a 3-pointer from way out there. Gigi Romero is on the floor.
Well, they're going to call a foul in the struggle for the ball.
Leah Wright with her, and the personal foul is going to go to Gigi Romero.
He's calling Gigi on a struggle for the loose ball.
Well, she got double teamed on that full court press. Leah Wright, the freshman, was right there. And so Gigi, trying to get the ball back, picks up the personal. That's her second. And I can't believe that the Eagles now have taken this lead. That's the 9th team foul on Los Alamos, and that was an offensive foul. So, no, they're going to say it was not an offensive foul. I thought maybe it might be, but they're going to say no, Leah Wright's going to shoot a 1-and-1.
And he's talking to Belen coach. I don't know why. He thinks that our coach would be the most upset in this situation.
Yeah, so
on the line,
anyway, Leah Wright's going to go to the free throw line and shoot a 1-and-1.
She hasn't been there at all.
No.
She's a freshman.
Well, now they are going to decide that it was an offensive foul.
It's not a shooting foul.
So they're going to
throw it in.
So they're going to call it a team control. It used to be player control, but now it's called team control. It's an offensive foul. I thought that's what they should have called, but they were going to put Leah Wright on the free throw line, and then they talked it over and decided, are they going to go back to free throw line again?
Oh boy!
Jasmine Gonzales puts it in with 69 seconds to go, and the Eagles up by 1. See if Chris Story is going to try to let the air out of the ball here as he gets it to Caden Martinez. Martinez on the dribble, gets it down low, passes, ball is on the floor, it's going to be knocked away. Going to have a held, no, not a held ball.
Yep,
we do have a held ball.
Held ball. Yeah. Eagles ball on the held ball.
So the Eagles come up with it, and so the 51 seconds to go. I cannot believe that the Hilltoppers have let the Eagles come all the way back and take this lead. 31-30 is the score right now. 51 seconds to go. We have some discussion going on at the
book.
At the book, and I just got a text from John McHale, and of course confirming the score. He said the boys won 2-1 over Taos, and the girls lost 4-0 to Roswell Goddard. So that was the 4. And Roswell was the 4 seed. Los Alamos was the 5 seed. I thought the Hilltoppers had a good chance to win that ball game. But anyway, the Topper boys advance. Gigi Romero brings it across as they decided that it was Topper ball. After they checked the book. Underneath, the pass goes to Gigi Romero, puts up the shot, 3-point shot. That went all the way down to the bottom of the net and then decided to come back out. Full court press by the Eagles, and they almost throw it away. Reina Morales is going to be tripped up after she caught that ball. It was just about to go to the backcourt. Of
course,
it wouldn't have made any difference, and she grabbed the
27
ball.
seconds, Gene, left in this ball game.
Unbelievable.
Toppers gone to the line. Lena Chavez, she can save us.
And she'll shoot 1 and 1.
Boy,
so Lena Chavez is going to go to the free throw line and shoot 1 and 1 for the Hilltoppers.
And she has to make it.
Down by 1. No pressure. This one is off. Rebound is going to come down to Gigi Morris. Morris going to.
Gigi Romero with the ball.
It's Reina Morales over to Michelle Macias. 3-point shot. This is off. Long rebound is going to come down to Gigi Morris. Morris puts good.
Gigi Romero.
With 12 seconds, Gigi Romero gives the Hilltoppers a 2-point lead. 33-31. Here's a shot at the buzzer by the Eagles. Runs around and comes off and going, but the ball comes off, but getting the rebound was Mason Lopez, and she's fouled as she goes back up at the buzzer.
And she'll shoot too. There's 0.3 seconds on the board. Unbelievable, Gene. Now it's her turn. She has to make them.
So the Hilltoppers, Reina Morales, she misses the front end of a 1 and 1. The rebound comes down to the Hilltoppers. They get it to Gigi Romero. She puts up the 3 and ends up taking a 2-point lead. Come down on the other end, Jasmine Gonzales puts up a 3-point shot.
No pressure
that
here.
That is off, but right there is Mason Lopez again. And then Mason puts it back up essentially at the buzzer.
She's struggling from the line too.
It's 3/10 of a second left in the ball game.
This is it
right now. And Mason Lopez, she can either put this into overtime or not. But anyway, no pressure there, Mason.
Well, and here's the case too. If she makes both of them, that ties it up. But Toppers have to keep them from away from the bucket, because they could slap it back up there on that second shot and make another point.
So Mason Lopez now at the free throw line. They put 1.2 seconds on the clock. Mason shot up. Good.
Oh, my God.
So Mason Lopez closes this to a 1-point ball game.
Timeout. Toppers going to freeze her.
So the Toppers take their final timeout. It's 33-32. But that shot taken by Jasmine Gonzales from the outside, let's see, that was Megan Sanchez. Let me correct that. Megan Sanchez took that 3-point shot from the outside, and it looked like the game the other night when Gonzaga won the ball game, because she put it off the backboard, hit the backboard, came up, hit the front of the rim from the backboard, and then just kind of laid there and then fell off. But right there was Mason Lopez to grab it and go back up, and she was fouled. And that foul, by the way, went to Reina Morales, which is her second, but then that is the 10th team foul. So,
boy, I can't believe this. That was
So turns out, Mike, it was not a 1 and 1. She was shooting. She's actually shooting 2.
Right.
So that.
So that
anyway.
was. So she's got to make this one now. So and I think that's our last timeout, if I'm correct. They fixed the clock to say 1.2 seconds.
Yeah. So now
she's got to make it. We're going to overtime.
She could put this in overtime. So Mason Lopez at the free throw line. 1.2 seconds remaining. Mason ready for the shot. It's up. It's good. We're going to overtime.
Unbelievable.
Well, as long as the Eagles don't foul. And that's it. 33-33. Unbelievable. As the Eagles came up with 14 points in that quarter, and the Hilltoppers, they came up with 7. Unbelievable.
Oh, boy, I got no other place to mark points now.
Doubled the score on us, 14-7, and they were down by 7.
They were down at one time by 10, double digits, and they just stuck in there and kept digging away.
Well, we had
they picked up their defense.
Well, we had a 10-point lead in the third quarter. And so anyway, it goes to 33-33 as
boy, nothing happened in that fourth quarter till about 2 minutes left to go, and both teams kind of came on board.
Well, it just sat. Yeah, I was just looking at nothing but a blank.
I know.
A blank fourth quarter, but the Hilltoppers Mike, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 free throws, and they were 5 for 7. And 1, 2, 3 of those free throws were all 1-and-1s. So they on the seventh foul, the 7th and 8th and 9th team foul by the Eagles, we had the 1-and-1 and we didn't convert.
Yeah, and now the situation is that we have 4 minutes in overtime. Score is tied 33 all, and 4 minutes left to play in this overtime. Let's see if the Toppers
first
can
overtime
score in this first overtime.
Yeah, got to make sure it's the first overtime. So it's the Hilltoppers. Well, I don't know how they work it out. Alternating possession goes to the Hilltoppers. They bring it in to Reina Morales. We are in overtime. Morales gets it to Gigi Morris. Morris signaling, let's do number 1. Whatever that is, comes over now to Reina Morales. Morales back to Gigi, top of the key. Gigi on the dribble. And we're going to have a 3-second violation called on Los Alamos' Michelle Macias.
That's unfortunate. Moving the ball well on offense.
So no press being put on by Los Alamos as the Hilltoppers drop back into let's see, I think they're in a girl-to-girl defense, it looks like. Once again, Mason Lopez again with the three-pointer.
Boy, she showed up here in this fourth quarter.
Unbelievable.
Eagles on top, 36-33 here in overtime.
Mason couldn't score. She missed layup after layup and got all kinds of rebounds. Tried to put those back in. She couldn't convert those back in. And now the Hilltoppers are called for the travel. 36-33 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this first overtime. Serena Seiss with Mason Lopez on fire here. She gets the 8 points, Mike, in this quarter.
Don't let her have the ball.
8 points. And she goes with another one. 3-point shot is off. Rebound comes down to the ball. I wondered who that was off of. Caitlyn Rodriguez got the rebound, started to come up. She was double teamed. The ball went flying up into the bleachers, and they're going to give it to the Eagles. And so Kaylee Salazar will check in for Los Alamos. And she's going to replace she's going to replace Caitlyn Rodriguez.
Kaylee Salazar does great on defense. It's a good substitution here.
Serena Seiss will bring it in. Gets it to Mason Lopez. Lopez going to dish it off to Jasmine Gonzales, going right down the middle of the lane. And Jasmine lays it in for 2.
And Jasmine in that fourth quarter had a 3-pointer. So she's picked up her game here in the end, and the scoring has occurred unfortunately for Belen.
Comes now to Gigi Morris. Morris puts it up with the left hand.
Gigi
I'm sorry, that's Brandy Sandoval.
Yeah, Gigi's last name's Romero. She's doing a great job.
So Brandy Sandoval, I thought Mason was going to fire another 3. Right now it's a 38-35 ball game. Hilltoppers down by 3. 2 minutes to go. Gigi Romero brings it up for Los Alamos. Pulls up the top of the key. Now she's still on the dribble. Comes to the right wing to Kaylee Salazar. 3-point shot by Kaylee. Long rebound comes down to Reina Morales, and she just fires it right back under the basket to Brandy Sandoval, who just lays it in. And so that's 4 points for Brandy here in this overtime. It's a 1-point ball game again. 38-37. Comes over to Mason Lopez. Jasmine Gonzales going right down the middle of the lane again. Gets a great entry pass from Mason, and Jasmine puts it in for 2. So she now has 4 points in this overtime.
Kaylee down the middle.
40-37. Kaylee Salazar, as Mike says, right down the middle of the lane. She's going to go to the free throw line. And that personal foul will go to Jasmine Gonzales. And that's the 10th team foul anyway.
Kaylee misses the first. Kaylee Salazar misses her first in this overtime.
Interestingly enough, that personal foul went to Jasmine Gonzales, and that's the first. She didn't get She didn't get one single foul during regulation. So Kaylee Salazar at the free throw line and bounces up and in.
Makes that one. It makes it a 2-point game here in overtime with 1:20 left.
So clock moving now at 1:15, 2-point lead. Full court press by the Hilltoppers. Cadence Martinez trying to get across the timeline.
Timeout.
Timeout now is taken by Chris Story.
It was just in time too, because I believe it was the referee had counted 9 and was ready to throw his arm down on 10.
They were never going to make it. They were never going to make it across that timeline.
No, they weren't. And 38, and their Toppers are trailing by 2. That would have been perfect for us to get the ball back at this point. Didn't happen though. Toppers here in overtime. Good game here.
Yes, really. So crazy finish, Mike. I mean, they sat there for over 4 minutes and nobody really scoring. I think that the Tigers had scored 1. We didn't score. I mean, the Eagles had scored 1. We hadn't scored anything.
Oh God, Gonzales and Lopez just took over here in this end.
And then all of a sudden, we got 6 points in that quarter, and then there's 7 points in that quarter, and then
Jasmine closed the door there when she, there towards the end of the fourth, she hit that 3-pointer, and then Mason Lopez came on, and she had to save them by making both free throws. Iced once at the line, and the second one came out and made it.
The execution hasn't been fantastic in this ball game, but it's amazing how Belen in the last half of the fourth quarter and in the overtime, they suddenly got in the groove.
On a stall under
Mason Lopez going to put up the 3. That's good.
No, it's a 2.
It's a 2. She was just inside the 3-point line, down on the left corner. Pass is going to be picked off by Caden Martinez up to Jasmine Gonzales. Gonzales going under the basket. She was practically behind the backboard, but she just kind of threw it up with a Michael Jordan type shot. It goes up and in, and she's fouled, and they're now up by 6 points. Unbelievable. And Jasmine Gonzales has just absolutely come totally alive here in this overtime period and the close of in the last 4 minutes of the contest, and she puts that in. And so what looked like was going to be an easy win for Los Alamos, it's now 44-38.
In overtime.
Kaylee Salazar dribbles into the free throw circle. And we're going to have a
travel.
Is it travel or 3 seconds? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Turnover. Turnover goes to the Eagles. 30 seconds to go, and they're up by 7. I thought that should have been 7. It was set 44-38. They finally put up the next point, 45-38, and the Eagles are going to win this ball game that Los Alamos should have won easily. Long pass down the floor to Serena Sice. And we're watching a Belen team, Mike, that we have not seen for 4 quarters.
They put in the shooters.
Well, I don't know what in the world they did, but that timeout with about 4 minutes to go in the ball game, and ever since then, I mean, Belen has been a 100% different team. And so, unbelievable. And the Hilltoppers lose it in overtime, 47-38, as the Eagles come up with 14 points in the overtime.
Unbelievable.
And win this ball game 47-38.
So now we'll be shifting gears here as the boys come on to the court. Unusual situation here today. We have the girls team playing first, and now the boys come onto the court, and they'll be playing. So I think we're going to take a little break here. And
yeah, the girls go down 47-38, Mike, and then now the boys coming out on the floor, and it's probably about 20 minutes or so. But, yeah, we're going to take a short break. Well, we're going to take a break and catch our breath and drink some Pepsi and stuff like that.
I'm glad you're all listening out there. Here comes the second game.
Crazy girls game. We'll be back.